You watch as the figure on the roof of the van shuffles and moves across the top of it. The creaking sound of it as every single move she makes moves it one way and then the other. She gets to about the center point of the van and she kind of just sits there at the edge. The whole family kind of stands up and goes back to back her up. We are not in a combat scene at this moment, but at this point, I'd like for you guys to roll initiative as we are in a conflict scene.
Conflict, not combat, with the creepy grandma cult.
I mean, if that's what you want to call them, sure.
I think Turbo Granny is just misunderstood.
The CGC.
Wasn't Grandma in Nier also? I mean, not my grandma. My grandma's dead, but...
all good storytellers have a grandma in the story. It just makes sense.
Am I leading this one?
What are we rolling for this, Matt?
This will be Insight Dexterity.
You should probably lead this, yeah.
It's one of my highest rolls I've gotten so far. It's a 3.
Ooh.
Oof. I got a 9 plus 4, 13.
All right. With a +1 from Civic, we have a 9.
Nice. Okay. That means...
Oh, wait. We have an 8.
What happened?
I forgot I have a -1 to initiative.
From where?
Why did you take the lead?
Because I've got a D10 and a D8.
Wah, wah.
Where did I lose initiative from?
We'll say this is a byproduct.
Your bulky robes, dude.
It's my how does this okay, you know what? I love this game. How is a silken shirt one of the lightest fabrics? Truly, it flows in the breeze. It's so comfortable, feels loose against my skin. How is a silk shirt slowing me down, giving me a -1 to initiative?
We might
trip
talk
on
about
it.
it, but it's so long. Yeah, you trip on it every time you move. You have to pick it up like a skirt around your knees.
Right, exactly.
It's like the Seinfeld shirt. Man,
With how rattled you were after that ritual, I think it is fitting that you guys would go second in this scene. The figure on the roof of the van will hop off. She floats just above the ground for a moment before she finally settles down and lands. And she looks up to each of you.
Rude boys. Very rude. So, Tatsudo Vale, did you find what it was that you hoped to see? Tell me, boy. Tell me a story. Tell me the story of how a librarian ends up fighting off a warlord.
As she starts talking to you, you watch the Owens family begin to change a little bit. Their faces shift and the contours of their skin and their hair begin to change and move a little bit. You watch Owen. His face begins to look younger, a little bit more youthful. He begins to... Actually, Vale, what did you look like back then?
Oh, no.
Hey, this is upsetting. Well, I think Vale, he's not an older man at this point. I think he's probably in his late 20s, early 30s, I'd say now, but definitely younger. No signs of any lines around his eyes or anything. Which I guess I'm just dating myself by saying that. And his hair was longer than it is now. Now it's, it's kind of loosely pulled back. in kind of a small ponytail, half bun thing. But if it were hanging down, it probably wouldn't go much past his jawline. But back then it was a good part way down his back. And he looks still as sharp, but less observant, less aware, less ready than he is now.
Certainly. And this younger visage of Vale steps to the right of this grandmother. On the left, Owen's daughter and son take another transmutation. Different than Owen, they begin to look rougher, like bandits. They begin to look rougher, more violent, like somewhat faintly familiar bandits. But Owen's wife, her transmutation takes the cake. She looks taller, looking a little bit more lithe. Her hair is pulled up into a high ponytail with a combination of a fiery red and an almost oily slick black running through it as she takes on the visage of the person who tormented you for months, Dorothy Ashblessed, the warlord that held you at siege at the stone shelves. That is Granny's turn.
I guess I'll go. Vale is visibly shaken right now. He is also drained, like exhausted from his failed attempt to delve into Grandma's mind, and is basically it's like he doesn't have his sea legs after she instead reached back, and it felt like a spike driving in between his eyes as she just pulled. The first time ever, he was the book being read from. His spine was cracked open and she siphoned the information out of him. And it's left him disoriented, confused, and he will kind of just step forward and hold a hand to his head. How do you know all of this? I wasn't thinking about this. I just wanted to know why you were here, what you were doing. Why are you showing me all of this? If you want a story, I'll tell you. Don't need to rip it from me.
Give me a willpower check. You're looking for a 7 here.
13.
Okay. The heat, the warmth from the fire that Owen had been stewing with leaves the area. It is as cold as it was when you guys were riding on the glass dancer that brought you here. Though the flames are still there, and they cast shadows across all of them. Granny will speak up.
Oh, good, yes. A story. Go on. Tell us how it happened. Show me.
And the visage of Dorothy begins to chant. Her arms displayed open with her palms faced upward. She starts to speak, talking nonsense, it sounds like. You hear occasionally in her speech the name Zetrid. She brings it up every now and then as if a way to finish a stanza. Vale, the entire time you were dealing with this siege, how closely did you fight Dorothy specifically? Do you think that you stayed mostly out of the way? How did your little war go?
So, Dorothy, would you like me to give just some backstory explanation of this, or just my direct interaction with her?
I'd say focus more on direct interactions with her.
Okay. Dorothy Ashblessed, or the Baroness, as she was often referred to amongst her crew and amongst those in the stone shelves as well. She was basically a mastermind of her troop, of her small army that she had. And as such, she didn't often delve into the fray herself. It was more this like cult of personality around her. And as such, she was the one, shouting from atop an outcropping of stone, driving her army forward. She was the one who was organizing them, but she was the one standing above them all. So she was always visible, just out of range of archers, just out of range of stones throwers, etc., but always present. And as such, she became this like ever-present image for Vale out on the battlefield, as they tried their best to repel this bandit incursion. He was often on the upper balconies. I would say parapets, but it wasn't a castle. He was on the upper balconies of the library, often looking out from makeshift posts and fortifications placed on top of the roof, calling out and relaying commands to the rest of the people within the library. And oftentimes whenever it was time for any attempted negotiation or forced surrender, it was usually the head librarian with Vale backing them up, always present. So he was frequently in conversations with her, though he didn't often address her directly himself. But she was always this ever-present antithesis. She was the player on the other side of the chessboard the entire time.
Certainly. And her fighting style proved to be completely the opposite to yours. She would send in her troops before you while, as you said, from afar. She would shout commands, or as she's doing now, chant and summon lightning, seemingly from the sky itself, from nowhere. But that is her turn. She's currently just standing there chanting. What will the rest of you do?
Civic is going to follow Vale leaping out of the glass dancer and do the guard action, putting up one hand, other hand on their sword, tucking sonar down into their shirt again, and call out to Reggie. I don't think they're part of some traveling band. Reginald?
You call out to Reginald, and as you do, the two bandits, the son and daughter, they position themselves around Reginald. I believe, Reginald, you're still sitting down by the fire?
Yes, the fire that I'm sad that has gone out now.
The fire... Hey,
Reginald!
as far as light, the fire is still there. It's just not emitting any heat.
That's the best part.
They will move closer to you, kind of jeering and like jarring in your general direction. Like they're basically like doing the West Side Story snap walk up to you. They are menacing at you.
They're moving menacingly.
They're actually going to try to intimidate you. I'm going to do a hinder check on you.
Is it a contest?
The next room.
It is not. They are going to... I'm rolling willpower might here as they are trying to basically intimidate you into being shaken. They fail. As you... Whatever... You can decide for yourself how Reginald reacts in this area, in this moment, but they... For whatever reason, they're jibing and they're jeering at you. You're not scared. You're not really intimidated by them.
Yeah, as I see them snapping their fingers at me, just moving around the flame, I've noticed that the heat of the fire has gone out, so I just put my hand into the bonfire and just throw one of the illuminated pieces of wood at them.
You do this, and what you throw out isn't just a piece of wood. It's a book. A book lands in the sand in between before these bandits, and you see on it inscribed in like currently melting away letters, the defense of the stone shelves. Granny speaks up once again.
So, there you were, right? defending your precious village from assault. But that story doesn't end too sweetly, does it?
War never does.
What was the last battle? How did the last battle end?
During the last battle, the army of the Baroness went for one final push. They threw caution to the wind, and there was basically a crack discovered in the gate into the stone shelves, and so they completely threw themselves at it with the battering ram, sacrificing whoever was carrying it because there'd be somebody else who could carry it, and they were just going to gamble on getting inside. And they did. They broke through. They took heavy losses, but they broke through, and as such, they made it into the opening atrium of the stone shelves. And luckily, Vale had insisted that they put defenses up inside as well, but there were still heavy casualties. Farmers, people who were just using pitchforks or a shovel, whatever they had. They didn't have weapons. The closest thing they had to weapons were a few bows for hunting and some knives used for, skinning and skinning livestock or hunted animals as well. So when it came to a close-up, all-out attack, they were outmatched, but the only thing that kept them from taking the rest of the library was the fact that Vale had rigged a trap with a bunch of debris to collapse down and close off the rest of the stairs into the library, which crushed a chunk of the attacking army enough that they got scared and started to back up. The unfortunate reality was it closed a few villagers off with them, and he still doesn't know what happened to them.
You watch these phantoms perform a simulacrum of this battle. You watch the two bandits approach Vale as he fends them off using shadow weaponry. You watch as the chanting from Dorothy ends, and you hear the final stanza. Rejoice, O gathered wind. Rejoice, O gathered cloud, O unstill wind. Rejoice, O ash seekers, you who follow the wake of the true light. Rejoice, one and all, for you are in the presence of the herald of Zetrid. May all your sins be wiped clean with the thunderclap. And she finishes the chant as a lightning bolt strikes down at the visage of Vale as this explosion goes off, and there is obscuring dust blocking off your sight from both the visage of Dorothy and these bandits. As that is Dorothy's turn. They are currently obscured. Anything you guys would like to do? I know this is a kind of a very free-form space, so if you feel whatever you feel your character would follow up with this.
Are we still in the turn order of things? So
Absolutely.
Did me throwing the piece of wood count as my turn, or would it be my turn?
We're back around in order. I took my turn already.
From my last read of the situation, Radar had guarded Vale, and with my sight obscure, I don't really know where the enemy is anymore, so I will start a guard train and guard Radar. So we're kind of forming a line of protection.
So you get up from the fire and you rush over to where Vale is, passing the grandma in your path.
Yes.
Okay. You stand guard of Vale. The phantom bandits are going to do something in the dark. You guys don't see it. Your round once again.
I'm standing there, coughing. I'll feel Reginald run up next to us. Reginald, Is that you?
Yes, I got the defense. Prepare to counterattack in case they strike.
Then I will draw my sword and shout, Vale, we're with you!
We shouldn't have to fight if all she wants is a story. It's my fault. I tried to delve into her mind. I'm sorry, I got too confident. I pushed too far.
Oh. Well then, an apology heard, an apology accepted. But now I have your story, and I am hungry for a new one. What brings such a talented librarian out so far from his promised ward? Why are you here, Vale?
Okay, I can do this without lying. I say to myself, out of character, I, Max Feldman, say I can do this without lying.
Vale says out loud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vale goes, I think I can do this without lying. It's going to take some maneuvering, but I'll have
Civic
to see.
elbows you.
Oh, I thought that was my inner monologue. Oh no. It's so different when there's subtitles. But it's an audio medium. There are no subtitles. Vale will, much faster than me, because he's way smarter, way more suave, way cooler. Awesome. It's just like me, but better. So it's not awkward at all when he does it. It's like really believable and really comfortable. And there's no weird pause. I need to stop playing characters that are smarter than me. Vale will cough in the smoke just long enough to be convincing and to gather his thoughts, and says, well, I was fortunate enough to rebuff the forces that would attack the innocents of my home, and with my home ready for whatever may come their way, I know that there are many other places facing similar difficulties, facing similar challenges, facing those who would do their damnedest to take and take and take. And those who don't deserve that often don't have the skill set to repel those who wish to take. And so if I can go help those who are in need, then that is something that I wish to do for my own legacy, my own sake. And so I seek to travel from place to place and help those who are in need. And there is word that such tragedy has befallen Yharmil. And so that is where I go.
Give me this seems like a convince. I'll accept willpower insight, but this definitely feels like willpower.
I'll roll what you want me to roll.
Let's make it insight willpower. You're trying to, if I'm understanding your intentions here correctly, you are trying to very carefully word what you're actually doing to avoid really answering the question.
That's what it sounds like to me.
I'm answering it, so...
Listen, I have more questions for you, if that says anything.
Okay,
yeah, Civic leans to
willpower.
Reginald. Wait, what are we doing?
Insight willpower.
Mm-hmm. We're looking for a
What's
10.
the plan again?
What am I trying to beat?
10.
Okay. I'm going to burn my one Fabula point that I got from starting this session, and I'm going to re-roll the 2 that I rolled, because I rolled a 5 and a 2.
Oh, that's still risky, brother. Are you sure?
You're going to reroll both of them. Okay.
No, I'm just going to re-roll the 2.
Oh, gotcha.
50-50 shot.
Well,
You got this.
I got a 5 on the D8, which is why I feel like I need to leave it, because it's above average on the D8,
okay.
right?
Understandable.
So, but I will invoke Vale's theme of justice. He is out seeking justice. And that is what I will do to re-roll this D10.
More like theme of rationalization, am I right?
He's got
Okay.
justice in his heart.
Maybe let's check and see what side everybody's on. Okay.
The dust clears and we're guarding Granny.
That's a 10, baby. 15.
It's a 10?
Hey!
Okay. You make your plea, and you watch as Dorothy steps out of the dust cloud, whip in hand, with a bit of crackle of lightning coursing through it. It's been so long. And you look for justice elsewhere while you leave
your home unguarded? What if I'm there, Vale? What if I'm already there?
She is going to attempt to shake you up again. This is going to be another willpower might roll to see if I can get a hinder action going here. That's an 8, so another failure. These guys, there's something to the fact that they told you that they were performers, and
Maybe a little bit of the uncanny valley going on.
sure, yeah, while they are discomforting, you are not quite scared of them.
Vale grits his teeth and he says, I know that all you know of this comes from me, and I do not have that answer. I will not let you sow any more doubt than I have done myself.
Is still you guys' move. If there's anything else you'd like to do during this moment, I will fully, so that there's no confusion of what's going on further. Granny's goal for the rest of this scene, she has stated it out loud. She wants a story in recompense. She has one story, but that one story is an apology. Now she wants another one. She's probed once for what are you guys doing here, but it does not see. She seems somewhat sated by Vale's answer, but you guys might need to give her an actual one.
It may not hurt to ask why the fuck she wants these stories in the first place. I don't think I'm equipped at the moment.
I think Civic on their turn will hold up their sword and imbue it with air. I want to spend 10 MP and just create sort of a funnel of wind between us and Granny. And it's okay if the rest of the area is obscured. I just want to make it clear the line of sight we have between the two groups.
So not necessarily attack, but you just want to clear the air.
Correct.
Literally and figuratively, yes.
Yeah.
Just standing there holding the sword up, point toward Granny as the smoke begins to whirl about as just kind of a tunnel of wind opens between the two of us. The glass dancer behind us, her and that eerie fire behind. Kind of this tunnel of darkness where we can see.
Sure. What I'm trying to decide here is if you pointing your sword at her would be enough to seem as a violent action. I'm going to ask for, and this does succeed. You are going to clear the air, but I'm going to ask for a willpower to just for this to look as non-threatening, not non-threatening, but for this to not come off as an offensive thing that you're doing.
Sure. Well, what am I looking for?
Looking for 7. Not shooting too high.
That is 5 plus 7. So I think
There
we're
you go.
good with the 12.
Absolutely. Yeah. You succeed in clearing the obscuring dust, and you see that the images of these shades have changed once again. It is still Vale, but now it's the librarian, the head librarian, and it is a villager that Vale, you're certain it's one of those faces that you don't know the current state of them. They will move forward to your group as you guys are kind of like blocking yourselves further back towards the glass dancer with this air clearing the way, and they'll just go, Vale, why have you left? Why are you here? Why haven't you returned? And who are these people? Why are they here?
Is that their turn?
That's their turn, yeah.
At the start of my turn, I look back to Vale. Vale, how are you looking?
You know Vale pretty well now. To the untrained eye, he's got a firm stance, his jaw's set, his brows furrowed. You can tell he's shaken. You know, he may not be suffering from the status condition, but he is mentally struggling right now. And he looks tired.
Now that Radar has given me a line of sight to the grandmother, and I look over my shoulder to see Vale visibly shaken by this trickery, this performance at our expense. I raise my voice to the grandmother. Stop your assault on my friend and focus on me. You want a story? You shall have it, as I provoke the grandmother.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. This is a contested one, right?
Whoa.
Yes,
And it's Willpower Might, correct?
that is correct.
Okay.
A crit would be so nice right now.
It would be very cool right now.
Let me double check how much I have in provoke. That is a 16.
Ooh, a 16.
Wow.
That will
That's
beat
hefty.
out my 12. Well done.
So my
Okay.
hope with that, of course, was I noticed that there is some psychic link going on between Vale and this grandmother, and I'm just forcing her to direct that attention to me because I can no longer stand to see Vale suffering psychologically.
Okay. You cast Provoke, and you see Granny's head like snap and focus in on Reginald.
Oh, and you are? Do tell. What is the story you have to bring me?
One of fire and brimstone.
You say fire, and the heat from the campfire returns. And this whole area feels warm, feels hot.
Do tell.
We actually have a really fun story to tell you about a great day that we had. It was super awesome and nice, and nothing bad happened. And
We got ice cream, and the fire turns to ice cream.
Totally. Yeah.
The stirrings of the land brought upon the activation of a once thought dormant volcano on my people, and I was not there to defend it. So now I find my own people once again and defend them how I couldn't before.
You watch the form of Dorothy shift and blacken as if scarred by a great fire. You watch the Tetsudo veil that you had seen previously begin to shift and change to look more and more like Reginald as the burnt body of Dorothy falls limp into your into Reginald Oathsword's hands that you see. That's their turn. What are you guys up to?
It's the top of the order again.
I will say as far as initiative order, we still have space for Vale or Radar to make a decision here.
Civic, do you want to go? Because I'm still kind of like recovering, and the attention's
Yeah.
just shifted off of me.
And I'm trying to think of something I can do that would help without then stealing the attention from Reginald and his story. So I'm wondering if I start incorporating other magics, like other elements, into what I'm channeling through the tunnel. Like almost like if I get fire to start whipping through the wind as well, just to like light up the scene, or do like an objective action, if there's something I could do to help us accomplish this task. What do you think?
I would not be opposed to you taking a teamwork action to like assist Reginald on his next check, if that's something you want to do. Like basically give up your
Okay.
turn to assist with whatever next check he does.
I am absolutely okay with that.
It kind of sounds
so
like
I will
what
do
it is you want
an
to do.
objective
Okay.
action. Yes. So I'll keep my sword raised as I'm channeling the wind to maintain this tunnel, and I'll concentrate and start trying to bring in whips of light and flame around the outside too. And the intent of channeling these elements in this way is to highlight and enhance the story that Reginald is telling.
Oh, I didn't realize every support check during the teamwork action is an automatic success. That's cool.
Marvelous. You watch as the leftover bandits they're going to do a similar motion where they are going to back up the scene that's being played out by the Reginald holding the burnt corpse, which leaves it up to Tetsudo Vale how you want to proceed with your turn.
Outwardly, he's going to remain quiet. Inwardly, I'm using the study action.
Okay. Who are you targeting?
Grandma.
On Grandma, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Double insight. I get a bonus on this. And she doesn't necessarily know I'm doing it. I'm just looking at her.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, I got a +1 to this also. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. It's a 10 overall.
A 10.
It's actually not bad. 10's not bad, which that gives me... No, it's not my favorite. Oh, I need to be higher. Their rank, species, maximum HP, maximum MP.
Okay. Upon studying Grandma, you are aware that she is an elite. The species is construct. Her maximum HP is 120, and her maximum MP is 60.
Vale, staring through the opening that Civic has created with the wind, he will notice Granny's movements are occasionally a little mechanical in nature. They're a little stiff in how she moves. And he will take note and sort of under his breath whisper to the other two, "She's not exactly what she seems. I don't believe she's too dissimilar from her troop herself."
Go back to the start of the turn. The once goons, the children of the family, are going to continue to provide like background support as the Granny and the Reginald, as well as the Dorothy, are kind of in standby, waiting to see what Reginald will say next.
So, Matt, I've accidentally done a thing, right? I have provoked this construct, so it is enraged towards me.
She has to target you for any attacks or stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah,
And she is suffering the enraged status effect.
but they haven't attacked yet. Is that because they haven't gone yet? Or because
Does
their
it
attacks
say
are
anywhere?
different?
And
Does it
rage
say
just reduces.
anywhere in a rage that makes
force-
you attack?
Ah, so it's just if they attack, I have to be a target. Okay, good to know. That's the true Meta Inc. way.
That's the Fabula Ultima way.
And I just respond, "You have heard my story. I will not strike unless you do, for I am here to defend. What is your story?"
You say you are here to defend, and you watch as Granny, for the first time, seems to put on an actual smile, a genuine one, not a like scalding one or a scolding one. She smiles to you and says,
My story, dear boy, is I'm here to find stories, and you have given me a good one. That is all.
and you watch as these actors will get back up, and they will slowly turn back to Owen and his family, and they will go back to their place by the fire. And unless you guys intend to fight, we can leave this conflict.
Back in the glass dancer now. Whips the sword up, holsters it, leaps up into the back of the glass dancer once more.
I see that Radar has kind of gone back to the glass dancer, and I am following Vale's lead. If they choose to retreat as well, I will be the last one to hop back on.
Come on.
You're going to have to make a decision for Vale. Vale is stuck, rooted in place, staring into the middle distance.
Let's go! Slamming the side.
I grab onto your shoulder veil and give you a firm motion back to the glass dancer.
His feet will drag in the dirt, but he'll follow your lead.
Okay. You guys climb back upon the glass dancer, and assuming that Radar has gotten to the driver's seat, you guys roar off as soon as you are all assembled back upon the vehicle.
You just see my bunny ears sticking up over the dash. I am way too short to drive this thing. Let's go!
And with a bit of swaying and bobbing, you guys race a little bit further into the dark as you retreat away from Granny and the Owens family.
Adventurers, tell me, what genre do you think this story is?
I think it's a romance. We're just not there yet.
Yes, and it is an eldritch horror. Who's to say you can't have loving feelings towards the unknown?
Rage Against the Stars, how I fell in love with Cthulhu.
Except, I mean, if we take a romance as its original interpretation, more so than its, change of context and connotation as it's gone over time, then yes, I do think a romance is probably pretty accurate. And eldritch horror, that's a word you never really see come up in anything else but except for describing horror. You ever think about that? Never notice?
Well, you could be an eldritch, lovely old lady by a warm fire.
I think you specifically could. Yes, that is a great point. Yes.
Why don't
Eldritch
you lie
campfire
down right
romance.
by me? Yes, do sit down right here.
I may stay on this side of the fire if you do not mind.
Oh, they're putting down roses and a little picnic blanket. Your family's so helpful, Granny.
Yes, they're all such very good performers.
So what did you say your performance group was called?
Ah, yes, we're called True Meta Inc. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram.
These all
Stop
sound
by.
like spells to me.
Indeed, all eldritch invocations.
Now, if I speak of your invocations to 10 other friends, will that keep the invocation from affecting me? And if they do the same, could they just continue to pass it along until we have countless people listening to your tales?
That would only work
These true...
if each of them left a comment or a review.
Oh, interesting. Like a log that they've been there to show in a quantifiable metric of performance. Interesting.
So it sounds like you're saying like, subscribe, and comment to prevent being cursed by your invocations.
Unless you'd like to...
I think hypothetically. I think she's speaking hypothetically.
Yes,
right?
hypothetically.
Granny, can I
hypothetically do those things, or you could just come by over here, sit by Granny at the fire.
Yes,
and you can tell me.
I'll have some
No,
wine.
I
Thank you.
believe I'll make the comment. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Owen. Owen's passing out wine. Anybody want some?
Oh, yeah, so thank you, Owen. It opens up the palate. Oh, I think it might just be vinegar.
I think it's just blood.
Canonically, we have not said that we are True Meta Inc.
So Granny got there
Canonically
first.
adjacent, we've only ran into things that have advertisement material. This is the first force
Holy
that said
shit.
this is what they are.
Holy shit, this is the Eldritch Force that is True Meta Inc. in this world. That's incredible.
I mean, there's 5
That
of
is
them.
very
you
true.
know?
That's incredible.
The three of you on the Glass Dancer race off into the night. It is still night, so do you guys? How far do you think you'd keep on riding before you finally settle down?
I ask Vale, how far do you think we have to travel before they wouldn't catch up with us?
I think she can find me whenever she wants now.
I feel the same.
But she would have given chase if she was dissatisfied. They had us surrounded. They let us leave. Let's just make sure that they can't spot our campfire. It would just make me feel a little better.
I pull out the star charter and kind of evaluate the surrounding winds. I think this might be the best place for us to stop and rest. We don't want to risk pushing too farther ahead, and we will still make Yharmil at a good time tomorrow.
Do you see anything around here we can park behind to shield the Glass Dancer and the fire?
Seems like there is a big rock formation up ahead. We can park in the divot it's made in the sand dune.
The one that looks like a face?
I think it looks more like a foot.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
You guys pull up by the face foot.
Love this Tarantino movie.
And you guys find just enough cover behind it that you are safe from the main road. You would have noticed as you're getting closer and closer to the Yharmil, with how many other Glass Dancers would be here, that there are similar glass roads that you guys could be riding along.
Anybody have supplies for camping tonight?
Yes, I've been quite conservative in our journey so far. I have some materials here that we can use to set up camp, as I spend 4 IP to get a campsite.
And I'll whip out my sword and, with a quick burst of fire, get the flames going.
As we sit around the fire for a while, Vale is quiet for a long chunk of time without looking up. He just continues to stare. He finally speaks up. I am sorry to the two of you for letting you both down today. I made a pretty severe tactical misjudgment, and I overestimated my own abilities, and I put us in danger because of that. And for that I am sorry. I will endeavor to not cause us such tribulations in the future.
It's all right, Vale. Civic will sheathe their sword and walk over, pulling Sonar out and draping the snake around their neck, sitting next to you. It happens. I still feel like I'm getting a handle on my powers. Honestly, I feel like I learn something new every day. So, we're all okay. Don't beat yourself up about it.
I will speak up. You surprised me. You apologize for that which you should consider to be your strength. You make the decisions. You carry the weight of your consequences on your shoulders constantly. I am not blind for that. I only ask that you trust in me, that I will keep us safe for the decisions that you are forced to bear. In that way, we will succeed.
Vale will slowly raise his gaze and give a little nod of thanks to Civic, and he looks to Reginald. None have ever commented on the weight before. I thank you for seeing it. You are strong, Reginald Oathsword. I see and appreciate your strength, Reginald, but I do not wish to place any undue stress upon you. But I must remind myself that we three are compatriots in whatever strange endeavor we are on right now, with ancient relics and factions beyond the stars that we can hardly even comprehend of as of just a couple days ago. But I trust in the two of you, and if you say that you are willing to carry this burden with me, then I will trust you. I will trust you, and I shall do my best each and every day for the two of you, as I know you will for me, because that is what being a team is all about. We don't have to do it ourselves. I'm sorry that I have a hard time remembering that sometimes. Thank you. And I will add a bond of admiration for Reginald Oathsword.
Mm-hmm.
I think from that very same scene, actually, Reginald will add a bond of affection towards Vale, as we both have the mindset that we have to shoulder everything, and us acknowledging that we both carry that weight or feel like we carry that weight affects us, and just recognizing that we can put that on someone else gives me a reciprocal bond in the same way.
Sometime later, as Reginald and Vale are talking by the fire, Civic will walk off a short distance along the glass, the cooling glass, and stand there looking out across the shadow of this foot-face stone hill and up at the stars, and see the stars twinkling in the sky and stroking sonar with one hand and holding their sword with the other, feeling the wind on their fur, and thinking about the day's events, and how, in a moment of uncertainty for the group, Civic was able to channel wind and fire and light into a tunnel that cleared the smoke and balanced the playing field, and gave Vale and Reginald the chance to have the experience that they've been processing. And I think Civic will find peace in that, of a kind that they have not experienced much, at least not recently, and will just kind of resonate with the feeling of energy in the air and in the glass and in the stone and in the sky, and be there in that moment for a time. And in this way, Civic will gain a third bond with the prismatic way of affection, just a sense of respect and appreciation for the elements of the world around them, especially here in the pit.
Kick ass. I love that. You guys finish your long rest, and morning comes quietly, calmly. It is a clear day as you guys wake up. And unfortunately, I do need, for this last push, one more travel roll. This is going to be a D8.
Am I driving again?
I think I've dodged the last few rolls.
Oh,
if
then
I'm being
Vale, you go for
completely
it.
Transparent. I'm gonna roll this one.
Roll good,
We're
roll
gonna see.
good, roll good, roll good. 3.
3.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
3 grannies in unison.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
I hear boss music.
About a 3 hours into your ride towards Yharmil, you begin to see a caravan as you are approaching the city. And as you draw closer, you see that you can see guards similar to Reginald, actually probably some Reginald would recognize on sight, that are guarding just a troop of mages heading towards the city. They are not the only caravan you see. Actually, as you draw closer, you see that there are more groups of people, probably some traders, probably some stragglers from either destroyed cities or mercenaries who have finished jobs that are returning back. You see the pool of people drawing closer and closer to Yharmil as you yourselves get closer. And by midday, you get close to the entrance to Yharmil. You can see the outer shell, the absolutely colossal wall of lifted earth that makes the outer protective zone of Yharmil, as it stretches above and beyond where the city itself rests. As you guys approach, we're going to move perspective ever so slightly. There is a knock on the door as a secretary walks in says, "Sir, they're here. They've arrived. Right on schedule."
Vale will slowly raise his gaze and give a little nod of thanks to Civic, and he looks to Reginald. None have ever commented on the wait before. I thank you for seeing it. You are strong, Reginald Oathsword.
What is
the
everyone
fuck is
laughing
happening?
right now?
Just flopped his dick out.
No one's ever commented on the weight before.
Oh my god. Fuck! Children, the lot of you.
All right. We had a very good serious moment here for a second.
Oh my god.
It's all about rolling dice, baby.